right, let's just fucking kick this bitch.
Swifty last year with the Eagles.
All right.
He sucked.
Wait, please upgrade to a premium. You can't stream on Twitter anymore?
Yeah, you can. What are you talking about? Where did it say that?
It's giving us an error message. A premium account on X is required to create live broadcasts in their platform.
Oh, what the freaking Elon? Eat a dick, bro.
Yo.
That's uncalled for.
Do you want to connect it to mine? You don't have to.
We're already live. The fans are here.
Oh, we're already live.
Well, we can't even retweet. Like, we can't retweet it or nothing. Like, we can't even tell people we're live because
that's horrible.
Elon,
why did StreamYard like flag it then? Because like they'll flag on like Facebook won't let us go live anymore. So hey, we're live on YouTube, bitches. Go check us out. We're gonna have 0 viewers.
Yes. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Well, no, we're not. No, we're not gonna have 0 viewers. Hold on. What are we on YouTube? Let me pull up the YouTube and I'll share it to all the tweeters.
Okay.
Oh my hotel internet having a big old poopy right now.
While just taking a big old poop, Chris, how you doing? How you doing today?
Oh man, I'm great. We are midway through July. Baby. We're here. Hotter than shit everywhere.
Dude, it's so hot here.
It's 100. Well, it's finally not 100 here. The last 2 days have been under 100, but the whole weekend was 99, 101, 102, which was gross.
Similar here, man. Very similar here.
Yeah, we got the Olympics starting this month. We got freaking dog days of summer. All-star games going on right now. Otani already put one in the seats. Yeah. Yeah, why we're here. Training camp starts next week.
And they report today, the rookies.
The rookies. There was some news today.
Lucas should break it since he was Mr. Worrywart last week.
Can you tell us what the news today was out of Palace Hall?
The rookies signed their contracts.
Which rookies?
Torrey Taylor? That dude finally signed his contract? He's going to be booming punts? Can't wait.
Jones and Rome Odunze both signed their rookie deals today, which means they can practice. Now, there was a little snafu there. I don't know if Caleb was saying something he shouldn't have, but he said something along the lines of, I'm not handling my contract. I'm leaving that up to my lawyers and people in my circle. But technically speaking, he's really not allowed to have anyone handle his contract negotiations because he doesn't have an agent. So the Bears probably had to do some cover-up work there to cover his ass. So
he doesn't have an agent?
No, why does he want to pay an agent 9%, whatever the percentage is, when it's a sliding contract?
Let his dad do it.
It is a weird rule that you're technically not supposed to have anyone else handle your stuff if you don't have an agent. So the fact he said that was a little bit bold on his part, but I'm sure it's not a big deal.
What I did, gentlemen, was retweet us. I tweeted the link on my own page, and I tweeted the link from the BIM page. So if you want to look at the BIM page.
BIM, bitches.
Absolutely.
How many subscribers we got now?
On the YouTubes, I'm not sure.
10. We are at double-digit subscribers for the YouTube.
When I get to 100 by the end of the year.
That's about to be our main page right there.
Dude, that logo's so sick. Your sister's fucking. We gotta make merch out of this, Lucas, because that shirt's fucking dope, dude. And this one that we had.
This one.
No, the one that's on the YouTube page is the old one.
Oh, you like that one? They're both sick.
I
like
that
them
one.
both. I like them both.
Yeah, make merch out of both. Yeah, you can see it in the top right of StreamYard what our logo is. At least on YouTube. On X, it's fuck Elon, old bastard. Plug a car in and overheat it, you son of a bitch.
Watch out, he's gonna get you.
He's gonna shut us down. We're gonna have to go to a charging station, run by diesel freaking generators.
Well, what do you guys got on the docket for today? We got people reporting to camp. We got the first day coming up in 5 days. It's closed to the public, or 4 days, or whatever it is. Saturday, training camp's here.
Saturday.
2 weeks away from the Bears' first game.
It's just like the 4th of July.
Whoa, 2 weeks away from the Bears' first game, 3 weeks away from Hard Knocks. What?
Woohoo!
Big days. Big days ahead.
I had to get Caleb Williams signed so that he can be on Hard Knocks. Let me throw this to you to get us started. You're following us at @LBerry_40, at ShyBears1985, at BIM_pod, and at Joe Gaither6. Lucas, since you were the worrywart, you take this hypothetical. Were Caleb Williams and Roma Dunze already signed last week, 3 days ago, 8 days ago, 20 days ago, and we're holding the report to build the excitement for camp and Hard Knocks?
What excitement does it build? They're going to film it regardless of when they sign it. They've been in
built
the
our
building.
excitement because today you get the bump. You get the social media bump. Everybody, woohoo!
Because it's the day before he has to have. It's like builds the anticipation. It builds the. It's the same thing the NFL does all the time, dude. Oh, you got the franchise tag. Well, now we have a 6-week window to re-sign him. Are you going to sign him in the first 6 days? No. You're going to wait till the last 6 freaking hours, make us all panic, and then just like hang on the edge of our Twitter seats and until it's done. I totally agree with Joe. It was done weeks ago.
Deadlines force action.
Force action? Is that like foreskin action? Force action?
Deadlines force action.
Gotcha. Well,
I do think JJ McCarthy never signed his contract, so the guys up in Minnesota have some drama there, but they kind of came out and said he's not going to start. So
Minnesota.
Who was the kid they took out of Tennessee last year with the big arm?
Joe Milton.
No, he's on the Patriots.
Oh,
Him and Hooker's with the Lions.
Damn it. I knew it was a division rival. Thank you. Hendon Hooker.
Yep.
My bad.
Well, anyway, JJ McCarthy is now pretty sure the last first-round quarterback that hasn't signed yet, so have fun with that.
Minnesota.
What a bum.
Uh,
I'm just looking at our X page, and I just wanted to see this. Bring this up real quick because Joe, you put out a poll on
last week's
July
episode?
10th, based on last week's episode, and the disrespect of the Golden Domer, Cole Kmet, I believe again by Lucas Berry.
I love Cole Kmet.
Due to the addition of Roma Dunze, Keenan Allen, and Gerald Everett, along with quarterback that's likely to spread the ball around, will Cole Kmet go over or under 500 receiving yards in 2024? Now, there were 16 votes. That's more than the number of subscribers we have on YouTube. So you 6 people that are not subscribed on YouTube, we expect you to go ahead and subscribe on YouTube. Now, that's going to be the main page. We're going to push this son of a bitch like a Mack truck. In 2020, Cole had 243 yards. In 21, he had 612. 22, he had 544. And then last year, a career high of 719 yards. 16 votes. Have you guys looked at the poll? Do you guys know what this that outcome was?
I didn't see it, but I would guess at least 80% said over.
93.8% went with the over.
I'm fairly certain we put the benchmark at 600 yards last week, not 500.
No. We started
600 sounds like a weird number.
Right. Because I was talking about 650, and you were talking about what was Gerald Everett's number with the Chargers or whatnot, or with the yeah. I made it off the number that you said.
I'll go back and listen to the tape, but I think he'll definitely get over. I think the number is closer to 600 than 500, but I don't think he's touching what he did last year.
I think he's going to be
not unless Caleb just goes absolutely bananas. What were the odds that Brendan was posting in the chat about 4,000 yards is like plus
450,
450, and then 4,500 is like plus 1,700 or something shit.
Hammer.
That's wild.
If
No.
you have the hammer, you gotta use it.
I might drop $5 on both. That'd be fun. But
4,500 yards out of 17 games. My man, that's 264 yards a game.
it doesn't sound like a lot, but then
It's a lot.
gets to be a lot. Because he'd probably have a few 300s, but he'll probably have a couple of 175s as well.
No.
Not only that, the issue is that the
No.
Bears defense is going to keep them close in games, and Eberflus is just going to want to run the ball.
And that wretched running back room is going to have to show up and show out.
Eberflus has no soul, has no heart, has no
This
nuts.
isn't true. This isn't true. He added the beard, which grew his sack substantially.
Let's hope so, because how many games last year? I think I saw like the Bears through 3 quarters last year or had like a stupid good record and then just blew.
Yep. Yep.
Part of that was having a quarterback that couldn't finish a game.
Yep.
No argument.
Do you think Getsy called games based on knowing that freaking Fields couldn't finish, and that also
Absolutely.
made it timid? Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was just a
There's
close
times
call.
when you're just like, you can't throw the ball. It's better to play for a punt than him throwing a pick.
But now we got Torrey Taylor. So it's like we drafted a punter based on Justin Fields.
The punt god.
Well, we got to get into the meat and potatoes of this
Puntopotamus.
episode, which
Oh,
is
we're coining that Puntopotamus.
Puntopotamus. I like that.
I also
can run with that.
I heard someone call him the crocodile punter, and now that's just like my favorite nickname.
That's awesome. I love that. That's fantastic.
Crocodile.
All right, Lucas, what do you want to get into? You want to talk about some positions or something?
Well, we're talking about special teams. Yeah, I want to
Oh,
finish
we're doing
off.
that? We're switching?
Oh,
Fucking
let's
shit.
just bang it out, dude. We're talking about the crocodile punter. We're all happy, excited for him. Bears draft him in the 4th round, and I think we had this discussion before. I hope to see some safeties this year from this guy, pinning some teams in the 5-yard line. Joe says 3. I think we might see 1, maybe 2.
1. I'll put the over under at 1.5. Bet the under every time.
Give me the over.
Way over. You're gonna go double. Your odds would be like plus 2,000 on that.
I am interested to see if they use him on kickoffs. I think we brought that up before too. The new kickoff rule. See if he can do his little backspin thing. What do you guys think? Are the Bears going to get creative with these special teams this year, or is Santos just mainly going to handle the kickoffs?
I mean, it has to like
Gyro
the rules make it tricky because it has to land or hit somebody. So the
Right.
only way I see them getting tricky is if they like kick it at somebody, like to like
Well,
bounce it off of them to try
I
to
think
recover it.
I'm just more so saying like that backspin, front spin thing that Taylor does could be beneficial in a
Why, though?
situation.
Because if
It's
it
got-
lands,
It's got to land and take a funky bounce.
It doesn't have to land. You can catch it.
Yeah, they can catch it, but I think teams are going to be more prone to try and let the ball land because if it's what used to be a touchback, you now get the ball at the 40-yard line if you kick it into the end zone. The receiving team gets the ball somewhere ridiculous if the ball goes into the end zone on the kickoff.
Really?
my Bama Central partner over here says at the 35.
The 35. I think it depends on where exactly it goes, but there's a big advantage now if teams do let the ball go into the end zone on the fly. So that's why I'm bringing that up.
So is Torrey Taylor going to be the most important draft pick the Bears made this past draft?
Probably.
You're right. Caleb Williams is going to bust. Roma Dunze is going to be Kevin White, and Torrey Taylor is going to be the man in the draft class.
He's going to be a Ray guy.
It would only be fitting.
Yes, it would.
It would fit the Bears' MO to a T.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, man, is this is the third punter I've been excited about in my Bears fandom. And that's
the
sad.
Bears do
The
this
last
to us all the
like,
time.
Yeah, Pat McDonald was with the squad for a long time, and he's
He
still
was
a
good
solid
until
punter
he
for
was
the guy.
terrible.
Yeah, but punters are like kickers, man. They're good, and then they're bad, and then they're good, and then they're like relief pitchers. Like, oh man, this guy's amazing, and then he'll suck for a minute, and then he'll be good again. Like Aroldis Chapman, Cubs fans, you know about him. So hopefully Torrey Taylor is like the real deal and is Ray Guy and is the next Hall of Fame punter for your Chicago Bears. That'd be neat.
Yeah, so it looks like any touchback goes to the 30-yard line.
It was the 25 last year.
Still an extra 5 yards.
They're going to start putting it on the 50 in a couple of years.
Any kick that's short of the landing zone goes to the 40.
Yeah, that's tricky. But like, what's the landing zone? How big is the landing zone again? Is it the 20 in? 20 to the goal line?
Yep, the 20 to the goal line.
Yeah, that's plenty. Taylor would be I mean, and if you kick it out of bounds, same thing applies, right? 40-yard line?
Yep.
Is it always worse? What worse? I wish you could land it and then let it go out of bounds, like on a punt. Like if you kick it out of bounds in the air, sure, but like if it lands at the one and goes out of bounds, like cool. But that's kind of not the point of the kickoff. But I think I don't know, Lucas. To answer your original question, I don't know if they'll use them on kickoffs. We'll see if they get creative. It'll be pretty interesting.
It's gonna be weird seeing that in the preseason too to start, but I don't want to just keep talking about special teams. I'm excited. Santos, I think, is money.
Bleep you,
good.
Bayless Jones.
Taylor will be a solid punter. And yeah, the return game will be interesting to see who else they put back there. Bayless Jones, I think, is now a lock for the team with the new rule. Joe's favorite player. And that's all. Let's get into these running backs. I mean,
what you don't want to talk about Santos? Just pass him over. He's like the best kicker in the league.
I said he's money. I think he'll be money.
Cairo Santos.
Cairo Santos gets so money, he just gets no love. That's fine. Fucking kickers aren't people anyway.
Well, I mean, what are we going to talk about? There's no competition. It's not
didn't he make a bunch in a row again last year?
Yeah, it's not like there's another kicker waiting in the wings to threaten him with.
Chris Fry. Augustus Silence.
What do you think his regular season field goal percentage was last year? Do you guys know?
94%.
I was gonna say 84%.
Fuck out of here! Are you serious? You think he was 80%?
Good. He was good.
It's not good. That is terrible.
No, he was good.
84%'s bad field goal percentage?
Yes.
That's terrible.
I honestly don't know. Like, I thought 84 was like solid.
So let me just to give you where'd my calculator go?
I really just pulled that out of thin air, right?
If he's at 84%, he's cut.
Just to give you a clue, he was 87.5% from 50 plus.
Okay.
Yeah, and he was 80%. He was 80%, 40 to 49. But I mean, like, these are hard because there's like 10 kicks, so you miss 2, you fucking drop 10% every one you miss.
That's why I was like 84. I don't know.
He was 92.1% on the year. He was 35 for 38.
It sounds really good.
Did not miss under 40.
Yeah, he's money under 40. I mean,
yeah,
he's the best kicker they've had since Robbie Gould.
The funny thing is he was 31 for 30. He was 31 for 33 on extra points. So he was almost worse as an extra point kicker than he was as a freaking. His career is not great. His career is 85.6%, which is wild. He must just he's been really good for the Bears though. Must have been pretty bad.
He's had his spurts in his career though. Like I feel like he was like really solid on the Chiefs. And then I think he had some injuries, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the dude. Glad they brought him along.
For sure. I'm glad they kept him and extended him and everything like that. He's been fantastic. All right.
If Velus Jones doesn't return a kick for a touchdown, can we just shoot him?
I think so.
Yeah, you guys are sitting here promising that he's going to be a special teams game changer. All right. If he doesn't return one kickoff for a touchdown, can we just shoot him?
That's what I heard.
Luke, you're the Velus Jones stan.
I'm not a Velus Jones stan, dude. His average kickoff return yards last year had to have been among the top in the league.
Okay, that's fine. I accept that. But if he doesn't return one for a touchdown, and we cut him.
I don't know.
I'm putting your feet to the fire.
Returning a touchdown on a kickoff.
You said it's going to be a whole lot easier
regardless
this
of
year.
the rules.
Should
gobble up yards. Should gobble up yards.
Gobble.
One touchdown.
I think he'll
We'll see.
he'll score at least one touchdown. I'll put the over under at 1.5.
And if he does, that's cool. That's cool.
Over under at a half. I mean,
If he scores a touchdown, Joe Gaither's got to buy us Velus Jones jerseys.
I will buy you 2 Velus Jones jerseys if you want. I will never buy one for myself.
I have no interest in that.
See, you're the Velus Jones stan. Just own it.
I like Velus Jones, but like if we're buying returner jerseys, I would prefer a Hester jersey, please.
Nope. You get Velus Jones.
You get Velus Jones. I get anytime 23.
No, you'll get Daniel Manning.
That's Danielle Manning to you.
Okay, you want to talk about these running backs who, once again, you guys love, and I'm apprehensive about. I don't hate them. I don't
love is a strong word. I just think
Joe gets carried away. Joe gets.
I think it's better than
it's above average.
Getting credit for. Yeah. So we were talking before the show started about the running back rooms in the NFL. The PFF, who is everybody's go-to for everything. Honestly, it's really like one of the only places to go for this kind of thing. So you're just going to have to take what's out there. They have the Chicago Bears ranked as the 19th running back room with the quote of the Bears added DeAndre Swift to a group already containing Khalil Herbert and Roschon Johnson. Swift racked up the most rushing yards of his career last year, but that was mainly due to volume instead of a major breakout. He, Herbert, and Johnson form a nice trio. Herbert might be the dark horse of the group, averaging 0.24 and 0.25 missed tackles forced per attempt, and that's why you hate PFF, in the last 2 years, with yards per carry averages above 4.5. The depth of this group feels more valuable than its ceiling. That's a fair estimate. I think as a whole, the group is good. Ceiling wise, there's no CMC, there's no Kamara, there's no electric back for sure. But
nobody stands on their own.
No. DeAndre Swift was the first rounder at one point, though.
I think second rounder. I think Swift is more of a home run hitter than people give him credit for, though. That's why they brought him here. The Bears haven't had a big play running back in a while, and I do think Swift brings that element, but you do have to worry about the injury history there. He did have a career year with Philly last year, though.
So, just for reference, the top running back rooms are the 49ers, which is pretty obvious, the Dolphins, which is pretty obvious, the Lions, which is pretty obvious, honestly. Number 4 is interesting to me, and it has to do with another person changing teams, Lucas. But
Green Bay.
Nope.
Don't tell me.
Green Bay. You think Josh Jacobs?
Don't tell me it's the Ravens.
It's the Ravens, dude.
Get the hell
mainly
outta
because
here.
of Jackson.
Jackson.
Lamar
Henry?
Jackson. No, Lamar Jackson.
Oh, they're in. It's not just running back rooms; it's rushing rooms.
See, that's what it says. What I looked up was running back rooms. So, running back unit rankings. So but like Derrick Henry into the mix, blah blah blah. Yeah, and
Derek's
then
going to feast because of Lamar Jackson.
both are going to feast because of each other. I mean, that's
Yeah.
fact. And then fifth is interesting as well, only because just how they use these two is totally fucking whack. But the Falcons.
Ugh.
And then the Packers are sixth. Shit, might as well run through the top 10 then. Colts are seventh. Browns are eighth. Eagles are 9. And the Jets are 10. Fair.
See,
think-
but my beef is like, what are they counting? Like Nick Chubb coming off a torn ACL is part of that running back room.
Yeah,
like,
but
are they
just
counting him as
like, he's
100%?
He's already back to squatting like 7,000 pounds, dude.
I know, but I'm
So-
just saying it's like also it's like product of the line / better than the running back room, in my opinion. There,
Yeah, because like Jerome
And the-
Ford was fine, but
The
he
Packers
had
is-
800 round. He had 800 yards. Kareem Hunt's gone though.
I mean, I'm not even just
The
saying this
Packers
because I'm a Bears fan, but Dylan stinks, and Josh Jacobs gets a lot of carries, but what did he average last year? 3 yards a carry with the Raiders? Like,
He did not have a good year.
The offensive line was
that's what
terrible.
I mean. Okay, that's exactly my point. The offensive line
they
is
had
half
no
the
passing
equation, but you give a guy the ball 400 times, of course he's going to have gaudy stats.
I think the Jets are probably I think Brees Hall is a monster.
Yeah, that's a good one. I just think Josh Jacobs is overrated. He's fine. He's a ball hog. He gets a ton of carries.
he's a ball hog.
You maintain that perspective, and Josh Jacobs
It's
is
not
going to break
his.
our heart.
It's not his. Choice.
I've always maintained that even when he was on the Raiders. He was on my fantasy team multiple years because I'd be like, sure, sign me up for 350 carries.
You maintain that
Yeah.
perspective, Josh is going to break our hearts.
Probably
With
not,
that- with
because
our
the
great-
Packers' offensive line is good. So the Packers will draft the offensive line in the 6th round that will open up a hole for freaking Joe Gaither to run through.
Joe
And the Bears'
Gaither's
defense line
running
sucks.
through.
Sucks. Defensive front suspect. I think the Packers upgraded from Aaron Jones to Josh Jacobs.
I'm not saying Josh Jacobs is bad. I just think he's overrated. I think people think of him as like this top 5 running back. He's fine. He's a nice player.
He's not that
Thanks.
nice. He's mean.
What do you think, Chris?
Of Josh Jacobs,
Yes.
I'm with you.
Is he better than DeAndre Swift? Is one Josh Jacobs better than DeAndre Swift and Khalil Herbert?
No.
No, he's not.
You can share the workload.
See, Joe, that's where I think I'm not just saying this because I have always thought DeAndre Swift was very underrated, and I've always thought Josh Jacobs was very overrated.
I hope you're right.
He does love him some DeAndre Swift.
I hope you're right. I'm
All
not
the way back to
overly
the
impressed.
Alliance.
I think
I
Josh
hope you're
Jacobs a tougher SOB, and he stays healthy more. So sure, I'll give him the edge, but I don't think there's like this huge gap between the two guys.
I hope you're right.
I mean, is it because where did he go? Auburn?
Georgia.
Georgia? That's why. That's why you don't like
Why?
All I'm saying is Swift's big playability
I
is
love
bringing
Todd
the
Gurley.
Bears offense something they haven't had since Matt Forte. A
Ugh.
running back who can take it to the house on any carry because
Matt
he's
Forte.
that electric.
Be still my beating heart, Matt Forte. The last
Since Matt Forte,
time
we've had
that I wept
a bunch
over a
of fat
player to
boys.
leave. Was
My
Matt
biggest
Forte.
disappointment with Matt Forte, and it's not necessarily his fault, is he could not get 1 yard to save his fucking life. They tried to make him do that shit all the time. He could not convert 3rd and 1, 4th and 1.
And you're probably gonna have that issue with Swift too, but that's why you have Roshan and Herbert.
I'm not trying to do that. You know what they're going to do? They're going to give it to Cole Kmet.
They're gonna spread out wide.
They're going to put him under center.
They're going to put Kmet under center and do it.
Oh my gosh.
We'll have Caleb do it.
So right now,
You look cyanide right now.
DeAndre Swift's total rushing yards for the year are set at 700 by FanDuel. What do you guys think? Over or under 700 rush yards?
All right, his last 1049 last year with the Eagles, 542, 617, and 521 in 3 years with the Lions.
See, that's my gripe though. They used him so wrong there in Detroit, Joe.
I agree. They still use running backs wrong in
They
Detroit.
still
What was his games played in those 2 years in Detroit?
Detroit, first year, game played 13, 13, 14, and 16.
So 16
Carry.
his last year in Detroit?
Yeah, well, no, 16 with the Eagles. 3 years in
Okay.
Detroit, 1 year with the Eagles. His carries in these 4 years, rookie year to the most recent, 114, 151, 99, and last year 229.
Jesus Christ. They didn't even let him break 150 but one time? Not even one time. Did you say 115 or 150?
151, 114,
151.
151, 99, and then with the Eagles 229.
Terrible, dude. Terrible. Good God. Like, there's a rule with fantasy running backs that you don't draft them if they're not going to get like 220 touches. Like,
But Swift will probably he's probably going
How
to
many catches did he
50
get?
balls.
Yeah, how many
he'll
catches
probably
did he
catch
get those
50
in
balls
those?
this year.
3 years.
He
in-
caught
Yeah.
46, 62, 48, and 39 with the Eagles.
Okay. So actually went down with the Eagles, but they had a lot more of those types of backs too.
Boston
calling
Scott.
I'm calling it out. Swift's running for 1,000 yards on the Bears this year.
No,
Oh my
I
God.
don't think so. I think he'll crack 700, but I don't think he'll crack 1,000. Maybe all-purpose yards, or all, yeah. But I don't think he'll crack 1,000 rushing yards.
I'm saying he's rushing for 1K with the Bears.
1K. He's gonna go for 1K, and then Herbert's gonna go for 600, and then freaking Roshan's gonna go for like 350. Caleb's gonna throw for 4,500.
No, see,
Defense is just gonna be pitching shutouts left and right and getting 87 turnovers a game to support all these offensive numbers.
I'm colder on the Caleb passing yards. I'm warmer on the Bears running the ball a lot again this year.
No, I agree. I honestly think
Yeah, he refers to the Poonanny.
he's not a poonanny, dude. He's got to work with what he's got. And you got a rookie quarterback. Maybe by the time they get through that easier schedule, so like by like week 10, they'll start chucking it more. But
The best rookie quarterback that's ever existed in his in the NFL.
Andrew Luck.
But he's better than that.
He's set up. Did anybody say that? I don't think anybody said that. I think everybody has said he's the best since as far as rookie goes. That's what I've heard.
Don't worry, Caleb Williams is the best that anyone's ever seen.
Joe, don't forget at the end of the day, you're still a fan of this team. Better ease it with the fucking karma there, friend.
Oh, I was trying to put the good karma in the air.
Yeah, that was no sarcasm coming out of that mustache.
I'm trying to speak it into existence. Give me that 4,500 yards.
Let me see your DraftKings bet slips, bro.
0 wagers placed. I haven't ever signed up for DraftKings or FanDuel. I haven't
talk
ever
about
signed
some-
up for any.
Let's
Go
talk
ahead.
about some fat boys.
What's happening? We're just slamming them all into one big fat episode, huh?
No pads,
Right.
Nate. Oh gosh.
Who's playing
Oh,
center
no.
this year, Joe?
Not Connor Williams. Hopefully, I mean, I wish that were the case, but Ryan Bates, maybe. Yeah. But by week number 9, it's going to be Doug Kramer because everybody's going to be hurt.
What about you don't believe in Coleman Shelton?
I'd rather them to just. I mean, what's the salary cap at? What's the just go sign Connor Williams.
He's injured, dude.
Who cares? He won't be injured all year.
I mean, the way it's going, it's going to be Bates at right guard and Shelton at center.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if Nate's like out there for camp or not. I really have no clue.
No, he won't be out there. He's going to be dealing with some more personal issues, but he's going to show up on Donut Day.
Picture day. He's going to show up on picture day with powdered donut all over his jersey.
I hate you, Nate Davis. Every year.
They call him Donut Davis, dude.
Nougat
Every
Nate.
year, dating back to Chris Conte, there's always been one or two Bears that I just hate to the depths of my being. And this year, it's Velus Jones and it's no Pad Nate Davis. It's been those two for the last 2 years, and I cannot get your fucking ass in gear. It's going to be the most exciting season since 2018, and you can't show up because I'm dealing with personal issues.
I do have to tee this one up for you guys, though. We'll start at the left side and we'll go over. Is this a make or break year for Braxton Jones at left tackle?
No.
Yes.
I want to go with Joe, and I want to say yes. But, Chris, let me hear your reasoning. Yeah, I know make or break's dramatic, but I'm just thinking with the guy they drafted this year out of Yale in the 3rd round, probably not going to play this year, but they're bringing in some depth behind him, and it is his 3rd season.
Yeah,
so
that's
true.
true.
Year on a rookie contract. I think it is kind of a make or break year for Braxton Jones because we don't really know.
Yeah, because you'd have to re-sign him if he doesn't show up this year.
I guess who he is so far is an average to below average left tackle. I mean, he's shown flashes, but
he's in the category of what's his nuts that went to Washington.
yeah, I could see it. But even then, it's like you could always upgrade from him. Like, there's nothing stopping you from getting better.
Yeah, but Washington was fine with what the hell was that knucklehead's name? Charles Leno. Yeah, they were fine for multiple years with him. The interesting thing is they're kind of backwards. Like Leno was, I think, probably a better pass blocker, but kind of a pussy. I think Jones is tougher, but can't move as well.
Right.
Which I
he's
prefer
a good run
Jones.
blocker, though.
I prefer an angry son of a bitch than a softy who lets his wife run the Twitter account.
Me too. We're having another baby. How many baby girls does Charles Leno have? They're all girls.
34, 67. I don't care.
What do you think, Joe? Make or break for our friend Braxton?
I think that, yeah, I do. I think he's going to have to play well and take a step forward for our guys to Ryan Poles to not consider making another dip into the offensive line acquisition game, whether that be with an early pick or in free agency.
I mean, what's the tackle class look like next year?
As far as draft goes?
Yeah.
I think next year is a very defensive heavy draft. I don't know if there's any star-studded tackles like there was this year coming out.
This year was the year to get one. But
Will Campbell?
Still,
I'd love me a little Will Campbell. That would make me horny. A little LSU Will Campbell.
An upgrade wouldn't be bad, considering we'll see what they do throughout the year. Like if they acquire another defensive end at some point throughout the year, or
Emory Jones too.
Marcus Walker shows up somehow, or Dominique Robinson with his new body is better. And I think left tackle and D-line are probably a possibility in the first round. Definitely don't need a fucking wide receiver.
Yeah, I think
or quarterback.
I think Amagaji is an interesting pick too, but I really don't think
that's
he'll play
true.
much this year. I don't even know if he's stepped on the field yet.
the funny thing about that is like Braxton Jones took every snap his rookie year. I mean, who's to say, oh my God, you couldn't play, assuming Jones, something happens to Jones, but we don't see him falling
He's just
flat on
been-
his face.
He's been hurt, so that's what I mean. He hasn't been on the field. I
Oh,
don't
really?
know when he'll be back. Yeah.
Fucker.
But
You know,
No.
one guy that I like on the back, like Tyree Carter had some good moments last year filling in, especially early in the year. I think later in the year he had some bad games, but I'm interested to see what he does going into this season. And we still got Larry Barham hanging out for some reason, but
yeah, that'll be
You were
interesting
go-
to see if he makes the team this year.
Barham.
Yeah.
Did you know
They also
Bill
have
Murray's on
Matt
the team?
Pryor.
Freaking Chicago legend Bill Murray.
Never even heard of this guy.
He's dude.
Bill
he's
Murray?
a legend. He's a legendary comedian, like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I
You
know
never heard
that
of that
Bill
guy?
Murray.
That
don't
is
know
the
the
Bill
guy.
Murray.
Yeah.
The guy from San Francisco. I don't know him either. I never heard of him. He went to William
So
and Mary. He's a fire crotch.
We slide inside from Braxton Jones and we go to Tevin Jenkins, looking to get a bag after the guy in the Broncos just got paid. Quinn Ramirez.
Hey, that nasty
Uh,
man.
What do you think, Chris?
Hey, that
are the
nasty
Bears
man, Tevin
are the
Jenkins.
Bears going to re-sign Tevin Jenkins this year or after this year?
All you gotta do is say
After-
yes.
And without
After-
telling me if he stays healthy, because we know that's a big stipulation, just do you think they'll give him the money? Yes or no?
Oh, if he stays healthy, yes. Yes. 100%.
You just said without giving me the stipulation, and you gave the
Well, he just
stipulation.
no. He said because we already know that that's a massive stipulation. So he already gave the caveat. I didn't need to say it. I just reiterated. Like, if you're saying yes, he stays healthy throughout 24, yeah, he gets the fucking bag.
I did say without it, but
No, you didn't.
I did.
You said because we already know that that is a massive stipulation. That is fucking saying it.
Yes, I'm just asking you yes or no. Like, not saying if he stays healthy. Like, do you think he'll stay healthy enough / play well enough to get the contract?
Fucking Christ, dude. You're all over the place, dude. Yes. Yes, he gets money.
Joe?
Yes, of course. He's a
Get the
cornerstone
bag.
piece on the offensive line.
Funny thing is like how far he's come. I hope Poles sees it the same way. You know, because he was in the doghouse talking about trading him and all this other shit the first year Poles was here, and now it seems like Joe said, he is a staple on the offensive line.
Yeah, I like the dude too. The Bears need nasty, and he brings that. So
They need homegrown talent to stop leaving, dude.
it's true too. Tev, the man. Right now they have Ryan Bates backing him up, but as Joe said, he could be the starting center. So the starting center battle will probably be between Coleman Shelton, Ryan Bates heading into camp. What do you guys make of that? I mean, they went out both offseason acquisitions. They traded for Bates. Ryan Poles has been after
He's been
Bates
hot
for
after
multiple
Bates for
years.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Bates is your starter.
Doug Kramer
Doug Kramer, get the hell out of
is
here.
a practice squatter. Doug Kramer is going back to the practice squad.
Doug Kramer sounds like a private investigator on a Lifetime movie for women.
I
Kramer's
can just
first year.
imagine. I can just imagine the guys in the office going, "Kramer, get over here."
Kramer.
Check out this break we found. Kramer broke the case.
Joe Gaither, you're taking Coleman Shelton or Ryan Bates to be the starting center?
Ryan Bates.
All right. So I think we all think Ryan Bates will be the starter, which will be an interesting camp battle.
And Jatiri Carter is playing left guard because of no pad.
Right guard.
Right guard because of no pads Nate.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
that'll be
no pads
interesting.
Nate, no, like legit, if no pads Nate doesn't show up, Bates is the starting right guard, and Coleman Shelton is the starting center.
I hate you, Nate Davis.
All right, so that is going to be an interesting Hard Knocks storyline to just see like how they treat Nate Davis, like how much he's involved on the show, how much do they show them yelling at him, or how much he's just
Kid
not
loves.
involved.
It won't be
Chris
involved
Morgan
in the
doesn't
show
feel
at
like
all.
it. Chris Morgan, is he a yeller? I feel like he's not. I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah, but they always
Listen.
dig up some like juicy arguments and stuff like that. So
That's true. I'm so excited for that. That's gonna be so cool. That's gonna be so
it is going to
great.
be sick.
I'm gonna watch it like back to back to back, like every Wednesday.
You're saving
night or
them all?
whatever it's on. No, I'm just gonna watch like I have like 7 HBO, so I can watch it like HBO East, and then like Central. and
Like you're going to
Mountain, and
watch
I'll
them
just
right after
watch
each
it.
other.
Yeah, just the same thing over and over again. So I'm like locked in and ready to regurgitate whatever happens. That'll be great.
I love it. At right tackle, we have Darnell Wright, who I honestly have not heard anything about this offseason. I'm just assuming he's getting bigger, stronger, faster, and is going to be an absolute beast this year. So
No news is good news.
no news is good news is right for linemen, especially Joe. What do you guys make of the Bears' offensive line as a whole? Are they going to keep Caleb Williams upright this year? Open holes for DeAndre Swift.
I'm just concerned about the same guy I've been pounding on all 45 minutes, Nate Davis, and what happens to his availability and how his availability shuffles around the personnel. Yeah,
But
I'm
do you
just
think when
concerned
he's
about
on the
that
field,
aspect.
he's a good player?
Sometimes. I think he was sometimes a good player last year. I don't think he was like overly consistent.
Huh. Where do you think PFF has the Bears O-line ranked?
Ooh,
12.
23rd.
Joe, you just spent like 3 minutes.
I was just
saying
guessing.
they were
I was just
dog
guessing.
shit.
No,
And you throw 12.
I was literally just guessing. It's PFF. It could be 12.
Almost top third. You said 23rd, Lucas?
I think they're really
Yeah.
probably
Jesus.
16.
You were closer with 12, Joe.
Where are they at?
11.
What's the write
Bears-
up on that?
The Bears' offensive line, as it got healthy, was one of the top units in the NFL towards the second half of the 23 season. Center Ryan Bates is expected to complete the unit to bring it to the next level. In Braxton Jones and Darnell Wright, Chicago has a promising young offensive tackle duo. Tevin Jenkins has performed extremely well since moving to guard, earning a 70-plus PFF overall grade in 22 and 23. They are sandwiched by Dallas at number 10 and the Chargers at number 12.
Go Chargers.
Top
That's
5
interesting.
being the Lions, Eagles, Colts, Browns, Jets. I feel like the Jets are getting way too much love.
Yeah, Tyron Smith is old, man. They're relying a lot on very old guys.
Morgan Moses is the other side of that.
Yeah, just stay in one piece.
Falcons 6, Chiefs 7, Bills 8, Steelers 9.
I think the Chiefs should be top 5, honestly.
I think the Bears should be top 5. But they're probably not. They don't. I mean, I think Braxton's. We just don't know enough yet. Like he's not. He's a fucking 3rd-year, 5th-round left tackle who's put together 2 solid years. I mean, he played every single snap his rookie year. It was not bad.
For me, being lower in the Bears line, I just think they have, in my opinion, I think they're too oriented on run blocking than pass blocking.
What we also don't know is how much is the Fields factor?
Right. Which
How
I'm
much did
sure
he-
PFF kind of gave them points back for last year.
Yeah.
I just have 3 major question marks on the line. I mean,
3. Okay.
yeah, unsure about Braxton. I mean, like I said, I think he's a fine player. I don't think he's anything crazy. I really don't know how center's going to pan out, like at all. And Nate Davis for me is a massive question mark.
Fair.
And then there's the Tevin question of if he can stay healthy, but I don't really like just assuming
My
he's
back
healthy.
spasms.
The other 3 are my I don't know.
So, all things going well, they're probably a top 10 unit.
Yeah,
All things going poorly, they are fucked. I mean,
Yeah,
even if things go bad, outside of like unless Braxton got hurt, like if Braxton plays how Braxton's played, Wright plays how he plays, the interior is really the problem. But at least they addressed center twice, with Shelton and Bates, and now you just need to piece together guard. Assuming Tev stays healthy, which could go bad, obviously. I think Nate's probably the biggest question mark on the entire line. And even when he did play, he didn't play fantastic, did he? Wasn't he kind of suspect when he did play?
I think he's a better run blocker than he is pass blocker, but yeah, he's fine.
This is why DeAndre Swift's going to rush for 1,000 yards. Yeah.
So I guess
And now-
my consensus from the night is that I'm lower on the Bears line and higher on the Bears running back room. Than what
That's not
other
the right
people are.
formula. That's not a good formula.
Well, I think Chris kind of hit the nail on the head with the line. I think the range of outcomes is pretty wide. I think it really could range from being a top 10 to fridge top 10 unit to just being suck. I mean, I don't think they'll be horrible by any stretch, but I do think their floor is like a bottom third unit. And quarterback play can alleviate that or can make it worse. So we've seen mostly it make it worse recently.
I feel like Waldron and Morgan are going to do a good job of making the line look good.
Yeah.
So, but my understanding, he runs a lot of inside zone, which, again, you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'm more of an outside zone kind of guy, and I think that's where Herbert shines, and I think that's where Swift would shine. So I hope they stretch more, but they won't. They'll run inside zone because that's.
Well, it'll
not
be
what I wanna do.
interesting though because Morgan's still the run game coordinator, right? So
Yeah, but they didn't do that last year with Getsy.
yeah, I know they never ran outside zone as much as we thought or wanted them to, but
But they're not the Mike Shanahan system. It's
Right.
just not that, which is unfortunate because I think it's friendly for quarterbacks too, with the different things you can do with it, but whatever. What do I know? I'm a big dummy.
All right,
Joe?
we're right at 53 minutes. And we got to go to the defensive line. It's Montez Sweat, and it's no one else. It's Montez Sweat and a bunch of hope. It's Montez Sweat and a bunch of hope that some guys take second-year jumps.
Andrew Billings is a good player.
Andrew Billings
Oh.
He's not a flashy player, but he is a very good player.
Is he better than the Florida State guy that they had doing the same shit a couple of years? Eddie Goldman?
Do you mean Eddie retired, Goldman come back, unretire, re-retire?
No. I'm not asking for him to come back. I'm just
Honestly,
saying compare. I mean, Eddie Goldman was
it's
a
pretty
really
good
good
comp.
coach.
I think Goldman was probably better pass rusher, but
Goldman
think
was
what-
smaller too.
I think what Billings does is really underappreciated, honestly, especially in the run game. Like the Bears run defense last year improved so much just from adding him.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I'm glad they extended him.
They extended him. They signed him. That was just a good ID of talent. Found a nice place for him. Found a nice role for him. But, Joe, to your point, I mean, rushing the passer, I'm with you. I don't think there's much else out of Montez Sweat on that D-line of guys that can get to the passer. I know there's a lot of hope in Dexter to make the second-year leap, and there's a lot of hope that Walker gives you more than he gave you last year, and maybe a different role. Maybe he plays more inside, but I really think Sweat is really your only proven pass rusher at this point on that D-line.
That makes me nervous. Concerned, nervous. Luke's been talking about it all summer. The Bears and their fraudulent top 10 defense.
I think Chris
Beating
is
up
less
on bad
nervous.
quarterbacks.
I think Chris is less nervous than us on the D-line, but I would like to hear why from his perspective.
Well, I mean, I like Dexter since pre-draft.
Yep, you did.
The Billings signing, I agree with. I mean, I'm in on Sweat, so that's 3 out of 4 that are very solid. And DeMarcus Walker, dude, I mean, as much as he's not phenomenal, he's a dog, man. He's fun. He talks a lot of shit. He's Tyreek Stevens, but a little bit older and on the defensive line. The depth is massive concern to me. The depth is this rotation sucks. Michael Duomafor, Zach Pickens needs a big fucking second year. Who is Jacob Martin? Austin Booker needs to show up. Khalid Kareem.
You got to make that your new handle. Who is Jacob Martin?
Jamry Chroma.
Byron
Deshaun
Caltart.
Mallory. Carl Jones Jr. That's hilarious. Oh, that's
Hardy's
the linebackers.
Jones.
Never mind.
That's the
That's right.
burger.
I forgot we already talked about them.
Dominique Robinson.
Dominique Robinson, man, I said it last year, still has the most amount of upside. He transformed his body, he transformed his body. He didn't retransform it because that has to be transformed once. So that's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see if that's a story on Hard Knocks on how much he's reshaped. I'm curious to see if the Adams are on Hard Knocks much, or if you see much of the media presence. That'll be funny.
So I agree with you, Chris. I think the Bears' depth is horrifying on the D line. And I know you can say this for any star player, but my God, if Montez Sweat gets hurt, just launch this defensive line into the freaking sun, man. There's absolutely no one that I think could step in and even replicate that. Definitely not as high on the Dexter ascendance as you, Chris. I mean, I don't know. I do think the potential's there. As a pass rusher, it's hard for me to imagine him having. I don't know. I think an interesting question is, who do you think has more sacks this year, Dexter or Austin Booker?
That's a terrible question. Not
Joe,
because
you're
it's not a
laughing,
good question.
but I'm higher on Austin
But-
Booker than other people, so I think he'll see the field a little bit.
That's my point. My point is, Austin Booker is supposed to be a
We're also
project
comparing it.
defensive end.
I see. I think he's a little bit better than a project defensive end.
Well, I mean,
My point
the
is,
challenge
it's
there
a
is
terrible indictment on Javon Dexter.
Well, I don't think so.
I
he's a
mean,
deep tackle. He's not
not
expected to
really.
get 10
That's
tackles.
I
or
think
10
that's the
sacks,
point
but
Lucas is trying to make based on the playing time that Booker's going to get and the expectations of a defensive tackle.
He's probably going to play mostly in a pass
equal
rush
out.
specialist role. So
I don't think he's going to see the field as much as I did really like DeMarcus Walker. They're keeping Dominique Robinson around for some reason. Although if you want to talk about make or break years, if this defensive line didn't fucking suck outside of this, I think Dominique Robinson is definitely on the chopping block. But I mean, maybe one of these no names, maybe like 6 weeks from now, we're like, oh my god, dude, Jammer Chroma is amazing. And
Probably won't be saying that.
I don't think so either. But this guy's got great hair and beard. I mean, he's 6'3", 275 pounds.
Well,
I mean,
Pro Bowler.
Madison.
What do you think, Chris? You taking Austin Booker? Or you taking Gervon Dexter
Fuck
to
no,
have
I'm
more
not
sacks?
taking Booker, dude. No, pick my guy.
How many sacks is Dexter getting this year?
Six.
What's the line?
4.
6.
4.5.
If he got 6 sacks, I would be thrilled. I'd be very happy with that. Extremely happy. And do you guys think they signed someone else during camp to come in and add to this defensive line? I don't know who it would be. Probably Yannick Ngakoue, to be honest.
He had 2.5. He had 2.5 sacks last year. He'll be fine. We'll triple that.
4.5.
Are the Bears bringing someone
That's
else
not
in, Joe
simple.
Gaither?
Yes.
No.
Oh, Joe Gaither? No.
No, why not? You don't think they're bringing anyone else in on the D-line?
You're wrong.
I mean, I think they should, but I mean,
I think they'll bring
Ngakoue
someone in.
makes the most sense, and I guess they'll bring in Ngakoue week number whatever, last week of camp, so that he can show his face on Hard Knocks. Last week of Hard Knocks.
Yeah, he doesn't like going to camp. Remember that?
Yeah, because he doesn't like football. He likes money. We don't need any of those guys around here.
Chris, what do you think? Are they
Davis.
bringing in Ngakoue? Are they bringing Ngakoue back?
They're bringing Ngakoue back.
Ngakoue or Carl Lawson? I think it's going to be one of the two.
Lawson would be more interesting to me.
Ngakoue is interesting too when you actually have a Montez Sweat across from him. I don't dislike him as much as everyone else, but he's definitely not like my favorite player.
What else you got for us, Luke? Because this defensive line is making me sick to my stomach.
Chris, is there a PFF rating for the D line?
32nd.
Oh, 100%.
33rd.
Let me find that for you.
34th.
Be quiet, Joe Gaither. If
35th.
I have to guess, I think they'll be
36th.
25th.
37th.
I already know that there's definitely worse.
33rd behind the Georgia Bulldogs.
Shut up.
34th behind the Texas Longhorns. 35th behind Ohio State.
Joe, did you play the new college football game?
No, I
It's
don't
not
have
out
time
yet.
for video games.
It's out today, Chris.
It came out on Monday. I don't have a PlayStation 5. If anybody wants to gift me one, that's great, but I'm not going to go buy one. I ain't going to go buy one to play a video game 4 times over the next year.
You don't want to play as Jalen Milroe?
Jalen Milroe is going to be spammed so hard on that game. Everybody's going to use the fast quarterback so much.
Well, Shadur Sanders is the best quarterback in the game, apparently, which is hilarious. He's not that good.
Okay. Unit rankings.
35th,
Unit
Now-
rankings.
I'm saying 25th, Joe.
41.
All right. I let me throw mine in there before I scroll too far because I've gotten too far. I'm going to say 26th. What'd you guys say?
I said 25.
I'll say seriously 28.
I'm going to use Control F because I don't want to scroll forever. One of us missed it by one.
Is it 27?
It was me. 27.
Oh, we were in the ballpark.
27. Yes. Chicago's defensive line improved massively with the addition of Montez Sweat, who provided a real and consistent source of pressure after the team traded for him at the deadline. Sweat tallied 64 quarterback pressures last season, but the Bears' defensive line will be determined by the growth in year 2 of defensive tackles Gervon Dexter and Zach Pickens. Dexter Flash playmaking ability as a rookie, but the Bears need more from him in 2024. Yep.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. They're just relying way too much on those 2 picks.
Well, like, what are you gonna? What? Okay, okay. What else are you gonna do? I mean, other than bring back Justin Jones, which they should have done, but he got a lot of money. Actually, he didn't get too much money, but especially. What the? What are you gonna do? Like, what? Like, yes, they're relying on their internal growth from 2 guys that they took in the 2nd and 3rd round last year. What, like, that's what you're supposed to do.
Trade for Jonathan Allen.
No, I don't think I wouldn't trade for someone, but I would have liked them to see them try and make a move in free agency for someone.
There wasn't a shit ton out there for defensive tackles.
Yeah, but even someone like Calais Campbell, I know he's 39, but like just get someone to play some
He's
snaps.
getting
eat some
older.
snaps.
Wasn't he 37 last time we talked about this?
He aged 2 years since our last podcast. I don't
you're
know.
stuck. You're stuck on Calais Campbell. So you just want one more bridge year, just to make sure that these guys are
From
ready.
like a decent vet. Yeah.
You're also taking snaps away from them and hindering their development.
Yeah, I get it, but if you lose some close games because they're not ready, then you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. I don't know. It'll be
Man, if
interesting.
you lose close games because you didn't deserve to win those fucking games anyway.
Just means you can draft the Tennessee kid next year.
There's a lot of really nice D linemen next year, or the Penn State kid Abdul. What's his name, Joe? Abdul Carter.
Abdul Rahim Shalom.
No, I think it's Abdul Carter. Is the defensive end from Penn State is really nice.
Did the internet get better there in Dallas all of a sudden, Joe? Like you were grainy most of this episode, and now your video's much clearer.
My YouTube video must have just finished loading.
Copy. Joe's worked while he's working. You guys want to know what the top units are? This again, you're fucking
49ers.
dude. The guy
Eagles.
named PFF, dude. PFF apparently thinks the Jets are going to win the Super Bowl next year because the Jets are number 1.
Jets.
They do have a good team on paper.
Followed by the Niners, Eagles, Lions, Browns, Cowboys, Colts, Steelers, and Raiders and Texans are the top 10. The Texans probably have a better line than half those people. But
I agree. It's a pretty
the
solid
Colts,
top 10.
though, dude, like they drafted Latu and they have Buckner. Good for you. Like at least the Cowboys have Parsons, Lawrence, and Smith. Browns. Yeah, that checks out. Dude, I told you the Lions were the real deal, Joe. You didn't want to believe me.
Yeah, everybody loves the Lions. Everybody loves Man Campbell biting your kneecaps.
They won't
I
win
told you
squad,
Aiden
QB.
Hutchinson was all that, and you're like, no, he's not. His sister's hot, but that's it. Bro.
I'm just not a golf believer.
Sister Hutchinson, call us at BIM_pod.
Your golf ball stinks.
He's fucking fine, dude. He's more than
When you call play action.
He's fine when you're playing with a big lead, but man,
He's fine when you have Amon-Ra St. Brown, freaking Jamison Williams, and TJ Hawkinson.
he's not fine when he plays the Bears defense.
Sam Laporta.
That's fact. That's what I meant. That guy, TJ Hawkinson. That's the Vikings. I have switched their rosters twice this episode. But that's okay. That's what you guys show up for. You fucking.
Well, Joe Gaither, next time we talk, we're going to be in training camp. We're going to be breaking it down for the crowd, and we're going to be talking about Caleb Williams' 6 picks on day 1. And, yeah. I hope not.
6 picks and what, like?
I just want some
Like
good
check
positive news from a Bears quarterback in training camp. Just some good reports.
He was holding on to the ball too long. Check down Charlie. Check
He's
down
running.
Caleb.
He's running out of bounds on 7-on-7.
Fucking idiot.
He's young. He'll fix it.
That's what we said about the last two. until they were gone.
I can't have these reports again.
I don't want to hear like, look, if you're covering the Chicago Bears and it's bad out there, just don't say anything. Just say nothing. Just report nothing.
Well, no, it's worse when they make it like it's expected that he's supposed to not be good. Like, just give me the news, man. Don't save me, spare me the bullshit.
Brad Biggs.
Caleb Williams had a rough day, but it's expected for a rookie in his first day of camp. It's okay. The sky isn't falling.
This guy is falling. This guy fell many years ago.
Hard Knocks, though. At least we got entertainment.
Will the sun come up during Hard Knocks on the Chicago Bears?
The sun's coming up over Hallis Hall, baby.
Bear down, Chicago Bears. Make every play, clear the way to victory. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Put up a fight with the might so fearlessly. We'll never forget the way you thrilled the nation. With your T formation, bear down, Chicago Bears, and let them know why you're wearing the crown. You're the pride and joy of Illinois, Chicago Bears, bear down.